better than you, yourself, your husband, and your doctor. There is no fourth person in this equation, biologically, emotionally, culturally. So it's best to ask for advice from people you trust, but you have to do what you know you are built to do, and your doctor. There shouldn't be anybody else.
That's so wonderful to hear. And finally, they have done a lot of homework on you, I must tell you.
On me?
Yes. So in some of your sessions, I think you were probably inaugurating something. You just mentioned that the pregnancy felt like a whole community thing. And you didn't have to go through all that all by yourself.
No.
Maybe just throw a little light on that.
It's all because of my husband. Raghav made that environment for me. I think we also had a lot of conversations before. We talked a lot about things, and the moment the pregnancy started, he was the one who took charge. He sat both families down, and even with every doctor visit, he was like, "We need to do this for her," and he almost spoiled me. He was equally spoiling me, equally scolding me if I was doing anything wrong. So I give all the credit to him. He created that environment in which I could bloom. And he, most importantly, he kept my mental health in check, There can be so many ups and downs, but he was just there, he was just like, what's the problem? There's no problem, relax. So I think I just didn't have to do anything. At the most rudimentary level, I didn't have to do anything because of him. He just created that environment for me.
I think that absolutely changes the mental space when he's there.
He brought everybody together, and he had a very busy year. And even when he was not available, he was like a manager. He would say, "Your mother is the only one who can handle it." I feel like. In my case, it was my mom, and then it was Raghav number one, my mom number two, my mother-in-law also number two. So I only went to them whenever I would feel any emotion. I would only go to them because, like you said, it gets heightened during pregnancy. You can feel more than it actually is. So yeah, many times it's been totally fine, normal, but you get nervous and
you
what's
panic
happening?
sometimes.
You panic. You will panic, and that's totally normal. But please don't rely on anybody, especially things like ChatGPT at that moment. Please go only to your parents or your husband or your family. This you are not right. This you guys are not writing. I am telling you, these people are. ये लोग गड़बड़ करने वाले हैं आज.
ChatGPT से सारी बातें नहीं पता चलती हैं वैसे.
Sorry?
ChatGPT will not tell you everything. वो तो एक overall, of course,
I mean, now that we're having this conversation, we must know that ChatGPT is not your family or your therapist or your doctor. So it's purely for information that you're
it's just mental satisfaction, I think. क्योंकि मुझे भी कभी लगा तो I googled कि ऐसा होता है, is it normal, as you said?
Yeah.
Check, and it is showing it is normal. Then what? Then you can't do anything about it. Just experience it.
No, this is when you have to speak to your doctor. Any medical doubt that you have has to be clarified with your doctor, nobody else. Even your family, unless they are gynecologists, should not be in a position to help you
My
out at that
doctors are also
moment.
telling me nothing can be done. You have to
Deal with it.
deal with it.
Enjoy this phase. Just enjoy it. I'm telling you.
Okay, thank you, Pooja.
Thank you.
And please take care. Okay, Kishwar.
Dying to know what
Hi, congratulations first.
Listen, I have to tell you first that, I used to watch your show.
Hibe Pure, are you serious? Oh my god, thank you.
In our house, we were not allowed to watch TV.
Wow.
We were a fully academic household. कि TV नहीं देखना है. I was only and only allowed to watch that one show.
Oh my god, thank you.
And I remember, if I'm right, it used to be 6 or 6:30 p.m.
Around, yeah.
And this is why I remember, because it was that one show I used to watch, and I cannot tell you, I was such a big fan of that show. So you're dealing with the baby, you're new at it, you don't know what to do. It's so exhausting, it's so hormonally, there are crashes, there's so much happening. I just feel that there can be way more professional help out there in the market. I feel there should be postpartum specialty doctors that you can consult. You know, we have lactation consultants and pediatricians that are given for the, you know, well-being of the baby. But I feel like there should be special doctors or help to take care of the woman in these early months. I feel like it's not completely missing, but it's not as much as I would like, because I feel like that's the most difficult part of having a baby. So yeah, my feel would be if we can all come together and help each other, have more conversations about this, and you know, talk to new mothers much more, because that's all they need. You know, just a lot of emotional support during that time. So, like I said, it's something I truly feel for, and I hope it improves as time goes by.
So basically, your advice in this would be to, you know, stand for each other.
Time, sacrifice in my motherhood journey, I won't work. Because this is my full focus priority. I chose to bring this human into this world, and my entire responsibility is towards him, and nothing should come in the way of that. So my personal thing is I will balance it the way that it works best for my baby. And when I feel like I can do X, Y, Z and it still impacts my baby in a positive way, I'll do that. But this is true for me. Everybody has to make their own choices.
I think you've already answered the next question also. I was about to ask you, did you have any kind of FOMO during that phase, because you must have had to step back from work,
Yeah.
and a lot of meaty roles must have been offered that time. So did you feel, oh my god, you know, I'm missing out to work, or motherhood became the priority that time and you like,
No,
let me
I'm
join
not a
the phase.
FOMO kind of person. I'm a full JOMO person. I'm very happy to not to be called for something. I'm happy at home. So I didn't feel any FOMO, and especially during this time I didn't feel it, because like I said earlier, I was ready for this journey and I was all into it. So I was fully focused in that time for what I was doing. So no FOMO, nothing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, any advice that you'd like to give to the mothers who feel very pressurized that they need to do it all, and maybe to a lot of young mothers here, and you know, maybe mothers to be, anything you'd like to say to them?
Oh, I'm not in a position. You give me advice. I'm too new into this. But look, I'm the kind of person who will say, please do what feels right to you and your family, your husband, your baby. Let nobody advise you or force you or negatively advise you for anything. You must do what is right for you, nothing else.
Okay, and the last question of this segment. Maybe the questions must have felt very hard. We'll move to a very fun segment, I promise, after this.
My mom did her motherhood, like the start of it, 30, 40 years ago, in completely different circumstances, and the respect just goes up because you realize how tough they had it. So yeah, shout out to my strong mom, and I realize in every one of you, whoever has had babies, I know it's most of you, I mean, you all know it, you guys are stronger than we thought before.
So I think it's cheers to the strong, the brave selves that we all have inside, right?
Yeah.
It's the strength and the resilience that we all have. So, okay, for the next up. You know, when you're pregnant, everybody would agree, there's a lot of gyan from outside. Ye mat khao, ye aise mat karo, rest and do this, do that. You know, so many things. So, what is your personal take on that? What truly matters the most during pregnancy? Nutrition, emotional support, family, mental peace, or something entirely different?
I only took advice from two sources. One was my doctor, and the second was ChatGPT, who was actually my main doctor. I don't know how I would have done a pregnancy if ChatGPT didn't exist. I swear to God. Yeah, you're right. Like, especially in our country, we are just culturally rooted. You know, we're with elders all the time. Of course, they have gone through their own pregnancy journeys. Everybody has advice. But I'm super lucky. My mom's side as well as Raghav's side, my in-laws side, they are the most chill, relaxed people. They really, they really give you the space to do your own thing. They almost spoil you too much. Like sometimes you have to like you have to scold me at some point. But there was just too much of freedom. There was just only love and support and positivity. And I think that's why I could, I today think of that time in a very positive way. It's because of my elders. So I didn't have any unsolicited advice. I know there are a lot of people who have a very different experience.
You relate to all that?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I think my biggest learning and realization is that we all are stronger than we think. I mean, I was that girl who used to say, I have to have my 10 hours sleep,